host, the Ghost, Legal Wars Podcast. Tap in. This episode number 5 of Meet the Candidates. You know what I'm saying? Haven't been live in a few minutes or a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we back now. Just gonna give a few minutes, allow some people to jump up in the stream. Got some excellent content to go over, man. And then we gonna get to kicking. Man, your boy hadn't been live in so long, man. Like the previous times I was going live, I was having difficulties with the live streams and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had decided that due to some situations in my personal life as well, you know what I'm saying, that I wouldn't be going live or anything like that for a couple of minutes, you know. But that being said, we are back for episode number 5, Meet the Candidates. We're going to talk about Miss Jasmine Felicia Crockett, Representative Crockett from Dallas, Texas, the leader of the resistance against President Trump. So as people come in, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get to the content. In the meantime, I got Fox News on in the background, so I'm going to cut up Fox News and allow some people to come in the stream, and then we'll get started.
He understands the importance of media, of course, and I think he understands the work we were doing. But like even back then, he was certainly very insistent on exactly where Ukraine would go, and that there should be very little concessions at that point with Russia. As the search thing now is how you reach from one point where you say no concessions, just finally agreeing we want this war to end. We've got to make some concessions.
You lost half of a leg, a foot, one of your eyes. You damaged your hand, and your hearing, and one of your ears is damaged. When you went back, what was that like? Was it pretty emotional? And when you came home, you had these precious little girls at home, and then you announced last year that you had another baby. So life has changed dramatically for you. What was it like when you went back?
Well, when I was evacuated, we took this train ride out. It was 10 hours, and I had no pain meds, and it was like right about in the brook. It was brutal. I mean, that was where I became a new person. The train ride I took back into Ukraine was the same kind of train, and I lay down in the same place, in the same cabin, and I wanted to relive
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for the thumbs up on the video. Got Fox News playing in the background. Just gonna take a few minutes, let some people jump in the stream. We'll get started.
Going back was important, and you talk about my family, and that's everything you fight for. You fight for your family, you fight for the faith, and that'll get you through it.
I was talking to you with you in the green room, and obviously you have the physical scars, and you're healing there. But you don't look like what you went through. You don't look like you went through hell. What do you credit?
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Because there's a lot of people that would be near death.
Is that Robbie? Robbie said, "Where do I live? I live in Texas. At the current time, for the foreseeable future, Texas is the place of my residence. Where are you from, sir?" Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up on the video as you guys come in. I appreciate that. I got Fox News on in the background. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for some more people to come in. As you guys come in, I ask that y'all will double tap the screen, man. It'll help us in the algorithm. Like the video. If y'all enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Like my boy Robbie has started doing. Jump down in the comments, y'all. Let y'all voices be heard. So, Sevastopol says, "Greetings from Russia." Hello from Russia. Says, "Good luck in life." Well, I appreciate that. I thank you for that. Guys, y'all please make sure y'all double tap the screen for me. Y'all like the video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Jump down in the comments, man. Say hello, say good morning. Let your voices be heard. You know what I'm saying? This morning, we having a great conversation this morning. We talking about Miss Jasmine Crockett. So Marner Chisholm says not subscribing. I mean, guys, I guess sometimes people just feel like putting out their grouchiness or their misery on someone else, man, I apologize about that, guys. If you guys are not having a great day, I hope you guys have a better day. Y'all are kicking it with your boy Ghost Rider. I'm going to try to do that for y'all. If you guys want to talk about politics, you guys are in a place to be. We talking about Representative Crockett, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about Representative Crockett's resistance to the Republican Party, to Elon Musk, and to President Trump and the like. So, guys, we'll just take a few more minutes and allow some people who are ready to be constructive and have a constructive debate and conversation. You know what I'm saying? And then after we do, we'll get started. That's why I haven't went as live as much lately, man, because of social media and the kind of atmosphere and the kind of scum that be on social media. You know what I'm saying? So, in order with just having interactions, the less interactions with scum as possible. You know what I'm saying? A quiet and peaceful life. But man, I will deliver the news for the people who come to deliver the news and want to have the conversation. We're just gonna take a couple minutes and allow some people to jump in the stream, then we'll get started. I got Fox News, that's Fox News on in the background.
It's called Resolute. If you get it right off our website, you certainly are. Thank you very much. Thanks, Radio. Radio. All right. Meanwhile, Fox and Friends and
Good morning, guys. As y'all come in, y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen for me. Like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Got the news on in the background. We're just gonna take a few minutes, then we're gonna get started with the content in just a second.
We're investing millions in American manufacturing and creating thousands of new jobs. Together, we will lead a new era of energy for America and the world. GE Vernova. Kids, I'm sure you're wondering why your mother and I asked you here tonight.
When I won the universe?
Are you not going to go to school anymore?
Who won the lottery?
We did win the lottery. The all-you-can-eat lottery. I want to eat a lottery of this.
There are many ways to deliver a shipment. At Old Dominion Freight Line, we deliver them this way. This way uses technology and goes the extra mile to do things the right way. Delivered promises on time, every time way.
So good morning, guys. I see a couple of you new guys that's come in. Y'all jump down in the comments, man. Y'all introduce yourselves. Y'all say hello. Y'all say good morning. Y'all tell me who y'all voted for, what's your political affiliation, who you supported. I got some prepared content we're going to go over today. You know what I'm saying? This is the 5th episode of Meet the Candidates. We're talking about Representative Jasmine Felicia Crockett, from a Democrat from Dallas, Texas. So, guys, we're going to take a few more minutes. We're going to allow some people to jump in the stream, and then we'll get started with the content afterwards. What's up, Chris? How's it going? Chris, if you haven't already, I ask that you double tap the video for me. You know what I'm saying? Like the video. You know what I'm saying? Where you from, Chris? Who you voted for? You guys, as y'all come in, y'all please double tap the video for me. Like the video for your boy. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that notification bell for me. Please, please, oh, please. And thank you. And we're going to get started on the content in just a second. Y'all make sure y'all jump down in the comments too. Like my boy Chris, say hello, say good morning. How are you guys doing? Where are you guys from? We talking about Representative Jasmine Crockett this morning. The 5th episode of Meet the Candidates. So good morning, guys. As y'all come in, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for your boy, like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Most importantly, guys, Republicans, Independents, Democrats alike, I invite all of you guys to jump down in the comments, say hello, say good morning, give me your thoughts about the situation, the information. I'm going to go ahead and start breezing through the content. You know what I'm saying? So this is the 5th episode of Meet the Candidates. This morning on the 5th episode of Meet the Candidates, we're going to be talking about Miss Jasmine Crockett. So Jasmine Felicia Crockett is an American lawyer and politician who has been a United States representative from Texas 30th Congressional District since January of 2020. So Ms. Crockett is a member of the Democratic Party. She is in a district mostly covering South Dallas, and she is 43 years old. So she is a young member of the Democratic Party. In the 118th Congress, Representative Crockett served as the Democratic freshman class representative between the House Democratic leadership and approximately 35 newly elected Democratic members. So Representative Crockett was named co-chair of the 2024 Harris Walls campaign. She brand new to the scene, man. Real brand new to the scene, man. New to the scene. She was elected the 30th Congressional District. That's from Dallas, Texas. You know what I'm saying? As a newly elected congressional member, representative, she was appointed to a presidential campaign, a co-chair. And you guys know that's when I first got to know Miss Crockett. You know what I'm saying? I seen Miss Crockett doing as many events, if not more, as AOC. You know what I'm saying? As a surrogate. People think of surrogates, they'll think of Barack Obama and, Hillary and Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? That's Democratic royalty. Those are the big name surrogates. When those surrogates come out, you to a place in the campaign to where it's almost over. But I'm saying the most events that are booked by a mid-level surrogate who can attract a crowd, like AOC. They had a new poll out saying that AOC was the most popular or the most powerful or influential member of the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people saying that she might challenge Schumer for his Senate seat. And I mean, in New York City, I don't see how AOC probably won't win that. You know what I'm saying? So Waffle, good morning, Waffle. How you doing, my brother? You guys, as y'all come in, y'all please double tap the screen for me, like the video. Y'all do get down below in the comments, man. Y'all let y'all voices be heard. We're going to continue with the content. Representative Crockett is a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, previously represented the 100th District in the Texas House. Before that, she was a public defender for Boyd County in Texas, if any of you guys are familiar with that area. So now this is the content that I'm giving you guys. I'm giving y'all my news source, ABC Channel 7 News. It's from the National News Desk, was written yesterday by Matt Gawker. Representative Crockett said he's absolutely wrong, and she's speaking of Senator Schumer and other Democrats voting in favor of the Republican funding bill. Now, I don't know if any of you guys heard about it, but there was a funding bill that came up where the government had to be refunded. In the House of Representatives, Speaker of the House, Johnson, he pretty handily, you know what I'm saying, because it was a continuing resolution, he got it passed through the House. He was going through Senate. They were going to have a much, I would say, steeper or tougher climb to get it passed through Senate. Well, the Democrats had an opportunity to shut down the government. And the question is in this situation, what would you do? You see what I'm saying? In a situation like this, would you be willing to shut down the government? The Democrats had the opportunity to do so. And Senator Schumer said that he wasn't in favor of it. He was like, nah, we're not going to do that. That's just going to help Trump. I'm going to tell you in just a second the reason why he said that, you know? But I'm saying there's that younger, I would say, not all progressive, but there's a younger wing of the Democratic Party that's like almost militant, man. Like AOC and them, almost militant. And because of Senator Schumer's decision, Leader Schumer, you know, that's why they talking about, you know, AOC challenging him. You know, I think it's going to come a day when that younger leadership of the Democratic Party is going to take power. I think that day is coming, definitely. Tony, good morning. Good morning. As you guys come in, make sure y'all double tap that screen for me, like the video. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a day, that day where that progressive side of the Democratic Party that's been poking out, like trying to take control the entire time. I mean, I think there's a day where that. See, in the Republican Party, if you look at the Republican Party, what is probably going to end up becoming of it again, but the Republican Party, we remember, I'll say from the last days of the Reagan years to the Bush years, you see what I'm saying? Like, well, I would say that I remember, if you look at that party, we would say that MAGA probably would be extremists in that party. Would you guys agree? There's other people that you would say were extremists, like the Boston Tea Party, the Tea Party movement. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I would say MAGA would probably be the most recognizable extremist branch of the Republican Party. Good morning, Colin. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, as y'all come in, make sure y'all double tap the screen for me. Y'all like the video. But you know what I'm saying, Colin? I would say definitely that MAGA would probably be the most extremist part of the Republican Party that I've seen come to power. You see what I'm saying? Well, the Democrats have an extremist wing in their party. That's the progressives, people like AOC and them, but they never really came to power. They haven't taken over. And that's what we're saying, is that when we see people like AOC and people that we know are celebrated liberals getting in position of leadership, she is about to challenge leadership. You know what I'm saying? We see Representative Crockett and people like Representative Crockett rising fast in the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? Many Democrats viewed a potential government shutdown as a strategic tool to leverage negotiation against policies they opposed in a continuing resolution, the bill that funds the government through September. Guys, me personally, I don't know about y'all, but I could never personally be for a government shutdown. I'm sorry, I just could never support it. When the Republicans was doing it, when the Democrats were in control, I wasn't for it. And I think the Republicans in several elections, they paid for that. And I wouldn't be for if the Democrats did it too. That's just me personally. Y'all can get active in the comments though, and y'all can let me know how y'all feel. House Democrats mostly stuck together in opposing the GOP spending plan, and Senator Schumer had originally said it didn't have the votes to pass in the Senate chamber. What's up, Colin? Colin says AOC is an elected member who was sworn in. That is exactly correct, Colin. Tony says the CIA staged the Trump shooting. Do you guys think that, man? You know what I'm saying? Do you guys think the CIA staged the Trump shooting? I think there's a lot of conspiracy theorists about a bunch of different things in American politics. But Tony, man, I just need you to provide some evidence for me for that. You know what I'm saying? What kind of evidence would you have to provide to say that Trump shooting was any kind of way not what it appeared? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there was no way that it's not what it appeared, but I'm saying at least you could provide some evidence if you're going to accuse a government agency of doing some of the such. Colin says, are the Republicans extreme or are the Democrats so extreme it make common sense policy seem extreme nowadays? Colin, that's a real good question. Colin, the way I would answer that, I would say there's extremists on both sides of the aisle. And what it's about is it's about who grabs control of the party. Now, the Republican extreme, in my opinion, like Donald Trump isn't like a hardline conservative guy. I don't think no one would argue with that. But I would say like hardline MAGA people like Steve Bannon are extremists, definitely. But to say that like the Republican Party is extreme, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the MAGA people, like, yeah, MAGA is aligned with extremists. I'm saying the Democrats don't have any movements like that within the Democratic Party. But Colin, if you asked a Republican, the average Republican would say that AOC was an extremist, just like they would Gavin Newsom. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, I don't know if the Democrats see it like that, but they're ultra progressive in their values. So I would definitely call them extremists. I appreciate you guys participating, though, guys. As you guys come in, y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen for me if y'all haven't already. If y'all enjoy political conversations, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you guys could come live every time we live, guys. Regardless of your political affiliation, Republicans, Independents, Democrats, it don't matter. Jump down in the comments, guys. You guys let your voices be heard. However you feel about the political discussion or anything about politics you want to get off your chest, go ahead and voice it now. So I'm going to continue talking about Senator Schumer. What's up, Buckshot? He says he eventually came out in support of it, however, and argued that a shutdown would have empowered President Trump, Elon Musk, and DOGE to further weaken government agencies. He's saying I'm looking like Kendrick Lamar. That's too funny. Guys, as y'all come in, make sure y'all double tap that screen for me. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. So, guys, what y'all think, though? You know what I'm saying? So Senator Schumer's argument is that, hey, listen, I know a lot of things that President Trump is doing I don't agree with. And I want to buck that. I want to oppose that. Okay? We have a lot of constituents, the Republican constituents, the Republicans at town halls, they've heard this from their constituents, man. You got a lot of Americans who's upset. A lot who aren't, but there's a lot who are. Okay, so now you can have the mentality that we're going to approach the resistance to President Trump and what his policies are We're going to approach the resistance from a shutdown standpoint to show that we're being tough and we're doing something against the Republicans. So we're going to shut down the government. That's fine and dandy for the Democrats. Yeah, you could shut down the government, but I'm saying, did it work for the Republicans before? No, it didn't work. And I don't think it's going to work now. I don't think the way you protest is to shut down the government. The way you protest is to continue to do what the Democrats are doing, is to talk to the constituents. Because you got to realize, whoever grabs a hold, I don't know if this just happens with the party that won, but it's like the party in power, it's like they lose focus or track of the ground or the people who just gave them the power. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the Democrats now, they got AOC and Bernie Sanders out there talking to the constituents, because that's what they have to do, man. They have to talk to the constituents. I mean, just protesting what Elon and President Trump is doing. I mean, when you don't have no kind of power, I don't see what that gains for you. Because the Democrats will do that until the midterm elections. They cannot do anything against what President Trump or Elon is doing unless they find a clear crumb, which I seriously doubt that they would do. You know what I'm saying? Leo says, hello, Leo. Guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast, guys. As you guys come in, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Jump down in the comments, man. You know what I'm saying? Join the conversation. What's up, Randy? What's up, Nathan? You know what I'm saying? So, guys, it's discussion time, guys. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot to talk about, the Republicans, but Representative Crockett is a bright new star in the Democratic Party who's getting a lot of headlines, one who the Democratic Party is putting a lot of stock in. So this morning, chat, what you know about Representative Crockett, if you agree with her policies, do you think she's qualified to run the Democratic Party? Jump down in the comments, guys, and let's talk about it, guys. I pretty much covered most of the content about Representative Crockett, who she is, man. She a young, bright star in the Democratic Party, man, and she's pretty much one of the people the Democrats have put as the leaders of the party to lead the resistance against President Trump. You know what I'm saying? So my question for the stream, guys, this morning, what you guys want to talk about policy-wise? What's up, Randy? He says Trump, you know what I'm saying? What you guys want to talk about, Randy, policy-wise, man? If you guys think that, you know, President Trump is doing enough or he's doing too much, if you guys want to take a look at immigration, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have an open discussion. I'm leaving the floor up to you guys down in the comment section. You guys just drop the comments. Anything you want to talk about politics, man, don't feel bad. Republicans, independents, Democrats, like my boy Randy did, like he said, Trump. You know what I'm saying? Anything you guys want to talk about, drop it down in the comments. Ghostface said the Democrats destroyed the BLK family. I'm not sure about that, man. I'm not sure what the Democratic Party should have that much to do with the BLK family anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's just what it is. It's like political movements and everything. Nathan said, just do what's good for the country. But Nathan, that's the whole argument right there. What's good for the country? Is what VP Harris said good for the country. You see what I'm saying? That we're going to raise taxes on billionaires and millionaires, make them pay their fair share. We're going to give $25,000 to everyone's trying to buy a home. Hey, we got a housing crisis. We're going to build 3 million more new homes. We got the land to do it. The American government owns a third of the land. You see what I'm saying? We're going to have an economic opportunity where we're going to rely on the vast majority of Americans to build the economy. Is that the way you do it? Or do you do it the way President Trump is doing with tariffs and with tax cuts? That's what I'm saying. So Nathan, that's the question is which one, that's the great debate. Which plan is the best plan to do it? You know what I'm saying? Ghostface, yeah. I understand what you're saying. And I'm just saying, like, I think still that's up for discussion or that's up for dispute. Am I right or wrong? I mean, listen, guys, right now the Democratic Party is in disarray. Let's be real. But I mean, that's not the first time this has happened. It's not the second time. It's not going to be the last time. If you guys don't remember, not too long ago, after Obama won, that was so demoralizing to the Republican Party. And he beat them in re-election too. But the Republican Party bounced back from that. So there's no logical reason, guys, for us to sit here and say that the Democratic Party is not going to bounce back from that loss. Am I right or wrong? What you guys think about it? Y'all get in the comments and let me know. Guys, make sure if y'all hadn't, y'all double tap that screen for me. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you enjoy the content. And guys, down below, there's a button with a $sign in it, guys. Guys, if y'all want to donate to the channel, super chat, super sticker, you know what I'm saying? Any kind of donation is much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, guys, jump down in the comments, guys. Let's keep the conversation going. Nathan says we got to acknowledge the benefits on both sides and not call each other crazy. But Nathan, that's the whole thing about politics, though. It's about being able to argue, have that debate or have that argument civilly. That's what it's all about. It's about civilly. Because debate is good. Or having a dispute of opinions is good. But if you cannot do it civilly to the point to where you could bring something positive and constructive from that debate, it's like, why even have the debate? You see what I'm saying? It's like you got that one person that whenever you come across that person, you know every time you come across that person, you're going to argue with that person. Then most of the time, once you come to that realization, unless you have to have dealings with that person, you're going to avoid them, ain't you? And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if you're having a debate and you're not having it civilly, then that's why we can't have tough conversations, because we can't have these conversations civilly. We need to be able to have a civil debate. Man, there's plenty of times as a litigator, I've been in situations where I feel like I've been completely harmed and destroyed in my personal life. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel in my personal life, but still in all, to present that argument, I had to do it civilly. That's just the process of our politics in America. You know what I'm saying? This guy says two wings of the same bird. Man, I guess you could look at it like that, you know? But I mean, what do we do about that, this guy? Do we try to make a change? You know? That's the question. How do we make the change? Or do we just get on one of the wings of one of the birds and just hope that we can have the best flight with one of these wings? Because I'm saying with the choices that you have, if all you have is couple choices, I'm saying, what do we do? Cool Gear says you're losing rights every day in America, and I have to pin that because I have to agree with that, man, wholeheartedly. We all are, as Americans, we are losing rights every day. What's up, Daryl? How you doing, Mr. Daryl? He says can't have a civil conversation or debate with these people when they ignore facts and evidence. But that's part of having a civil conversation, Daryl, is people gonna ignore facts and evidence. You know, if you having an argument and you trying to win the argument, man, but you still have to be able to be civil. You have to civilly defeat them while they ignore the facts and the evidence. You see what I'm saying? Because if you cannot have a civil discourse, then it's gonna end up like what President Trump is saying, to where you're gonna have a king. Because eventually one of the two sides they're going to take advantage of each other. Remember when President Trump said, if you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again? The Democratic Party was like, they running face on the Republican Party for years. I mean, this is the first time President Trump, the Republicans won a popular election, bro, in 20 years. So what? How many? Which I mean, what? So think about that. The dynasty. How many elections in 20 years? That's at least 4 or 5 elections. So I'm saying, what if the Democrats win the next 4 or 5 elections, the next 20 years? That's what I'm saying. They dominate. So the Republicans need that, in my opinion, in order to not face almost annihilation. But in my opinion, in the two-party system, what'll end up happening is one of the parties going to ultimately gain complete control and power of politics. And either the people have to rise up, and you'll have it like in the other nations, where you have like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or 15 or 100 in some cases different parties. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna have it like President Trump, where you just gonna have one party or one person who is in command and control. That's how it is in China. But I don't think in America that's what we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? This guy says we stand together and connect. I stop paying the sickness standing on their neck. I'm not sure what that means. Nathan says it's because the people understand Mr. Trump. What you mean about that, Nathan? I think it's because President Trump is like straightforward with what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? I think President Trump, what the people see from him, he looks like a real person. He comes across as an authentic person. And I think that's what helped him, plus the fact that before 19 happened, when he was president, his economy wasn't bad at all. So the people remembered the economy. He was connecting. He seems like an authentic person. So I think, hey, right place, right time, right atmosphere. He rolled the dice and he won, man. It just happens, man. That's politics. Guys, y'all please double tap the screen for me as y'all come in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you hadn't already, man, make sure you jump down in the comments. Republicans, independents, Democrats alike, man, jump down in the comments. Let your voices be heard. Anything you guys want to say about politics, man, we having the conversation this morning. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Cool Gear says Trump don't understand himself. I understand what you're trying to say, sir, but I would have to disagree with that. I would have to say President Trump has a very good command of the human psyche. You know what I'm saying? I have to drink to that. See, a problem is a lot of people don't want to give kudos to people who deserve the kudos. And you get behind on the truth curve by not doing that. Because you might not like President Trump, but you got to understand that President Trump is good at convincing people and talking people into doing things. He has for a long time. He can relate to people well. In order for you to be a con artist, a good con artist, you would have to relate to people well. So even the people who would say President Trump's a con artist, he would still have to relate to people well in order to be a con artist. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some kind of understanding of the mentality of humans in order to pull cons on them, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would say President Trump, like, he understands people. You know what I'm saying? He understands television especially. He understands television really well. One thing he has figured out is in order to get how we would say on the internet, how you would go viral. Well, I would think President Trump probably in the 80s or the 90s, what he figured out a trick is, good morning, Todd Pemper. Good morning, my brother in the stream. Well, I would think what President Trump figured out is in the 80s or the 90s is how he would go viral on television is he would say some bombastic stuff. That's what he would do. He would say something very bombastic. And so I think he understood, President Trump learned that from television, is that's how you captivate people's attentions. And you draw their attention to something is by saying something ridiculous. Hence, I'm going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. See what I'm saying? I want to draw the attention to immigration, so I'm going to say something ridiculous. I learned this in television. I learned this on TV. It works on the internet. The most ridiculous stuff is going to go viral. So President Trump learned that if I say something ridiculous on TV, it's going to draw people's attention to it. So he just did that in politics. That's not somebody who I would say don't know if they're coming or going, who don't know what they're doing. I would say that's somebody who's very skilled and crafty at what they're doing. It's just that he's probably his intelligence is coming he's displaying it in a way that we would say that's different than what we would expect from like a scientist or an engineer. But President Trump, he explains extremely high levels of intelligence. It's just not the kind of, he have a mathematics degree from the University of Pennsylvania or an economics degree. That's not an easy degree to get. So there's no statistical data. What I'm saying, for me to say that the man is like crazy or just completely misguided, I don't agree with that. I would say it's quite contrary. If somebody can come into a building, say you got a building, the most heavily guarded building in the world, you got guards on every side, AK-47. Hey, Ghost, ain't nobody getting in here. And if I could come through that building and I could take whatever you guarding without you catching me or being caught, wouldn't that person outsmarted all those other people you would say could probably smart people? That's what I'm saying. Like a con artist has to have above average of intelligence. Not saying President Trump is a con artist, but for the people who would say he was a con artist, bro, look at what he overcame. He overcame 30. How many people the federal government get their hooks in and they get out of it? How many, y'all? Because President Trump didn't even get out of it. They got their hooks in him and he got convicted. The only reason why he ain't in jail because he won the election. How many people, whoever, that somebody said, the CIA, how many people at that high level got somebody wanting to kill him and you just turn your head at the right time? I'm saying he overcame some stuff, man. Like, you could call some of it luck, you could call some of it providence, but you can't take away from the man's intelligence, man. The man is intelligent. I can't say that he's not. We having a great conversation this morning, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. As you guys come in, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. I see my boys Big Shid in the chat. What's up, Big Shid? How you doing? So Running says, just go ask him if he could put you back in chains. I'm not sure what that means, man. That's a matter of opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you ask, you can ask a Republican. I know a bunch of black Republicans. So if you go ask a black Republican, they're going to say, hey, the Democrats were the party of slavery. They're going to say, hey, if a man's hungry, and I keep giving them fish, that's how you control them. That's what the Democrats are basically doing, is controlling black people by just giving them handouts. Ask any Republican. Y'all hadn't heard a Republican say that? So that's what I'm saying, man. I could say that's just like a matter of opinion, bro. That's either way you want to look at that situation, that you could look at it either way. You know what I'm saying? Because a Republican and President Trump going to say that the way that they're doing it is the way that you get out of chains. And the Democrats' policies keep you in chains. If you ask the Republicans, that's what they're going to say. So I'm saying, like, I understand people have political arguments, and I respect all of y'all's political arguments. I try to honor as many of y'all's political arguments as I can. But I'm saying, guys, like, when y'all are saying something like, I know you got a Republican and y'all have a Democrat, and y'all both think y'all sides are right, but I'm going to look at it from a perspective that's not, you see what I'm saying? Like, I take sides politically, but the perspective is not rooted in an affiliation with a party. You know what I'm saying? So, Rosalind, good morning, baby. Rosalind says, I believe we should take power as opposed to worshiping it backlist. I agree with that 1,000%. But see, Rosalind, we can take power by getting a real politician who's really one of us. Do you see what I'm saying? If we, Rosalind, have 8 of us, me, you, Split Fries, Darnell, a couple of more people I've seen in here, you know what I'm saying? If it's like 8 of us, Todd, of course, and we say, hey, we're going to take power, and it's like one of the 8 of us. See, that's what happens. It's like too small of a group of people are taking power, and that person who takes power is only serving the interests of a few instead of serving the interests of all or for many. You see what I'm saying? So it's about, in my opinion, Rosalind, about getting a politician who wants to serve the interests of as many Americans as possible. I understand that it's probably not possible for you to make every American possible, but the goal is to serve as many Americans as possible, not just a couple of rich people. Guys, welcome in Legal Wars Podcast. As you guys come in, I ask that y'all double tap that screen for me, like the video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. And guys, super chats, super stickers. If you guys want to start a conversation, or if you guys just want to have a heart, give a donation. That button at the bottom of the screen with the $ in it, guys, your donations will be much appreciated, guys. So let's see. Cool says everybody 401k has dropped because of this. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a real life consequence of an election. That's what that is. And we pray to God that he knows what he's doing and they don't drop any further. But that's a real life consequence of an election. And we can't say that that's not true, because that is true. They have. My boy Colin says, y'all keep looking at issues that was the result of the last administration's executive orders. After this fiscal year for the federal government, those executive orders will expire. Trump can reverse those. And I understand that, Colin, but the people don't understand that. So I don't know if President Trump have that long of a time to win over the hearts of the people. Colin, that's what I'm saying. The people don't understand that. My boy Big Shit with that $5 donation. I want to see everybody like Big Shit's donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's see. So Big Shit says, Republicans liberated slaves, but why do they uplift Confederates? Man, I'm not sure about that, Big Shit. That's a great question. I have to go back and do some studying but the bigger thing about that, Big Shit, I want to say is when someone's saying this about the Republic, well, everybody's got, look at it as an independent. And I think, Big Shit, this is the bigger principle that I was trying to make. Looking at the situation as an independent, like Republicans are going to think their way is the best way. Look, for the people in this stream, okay, y'all, who would say that MAGA is like Michelle Obama, the former first lady, there's no way in the world you're going to tell her that MAGA is not racist. She's seen the harm of President Trump saying her husband wasn't an American, that it did to their children. She knows stuff Steve Bannon and them said. So in her mind, Steve Hannity and them, Sean Hannity and them, they're racist. You see what I'm saying? Michelle Obama feels that she's gonna believe that there's people that feel there's no convince. That's what you gotta understand. There's people like that on the left and the right. So what I'm saying is Beshear, is for the ones of us who aren't looking at it like that, we don't have those kind of blinders on. That was my biggest thing about it. That's why I always talk about the extremists, the people who's all the way on the far left or the far right. I don't think those people are really seeing the picture. They're kind of like entrenched. That's that gang mentality, that Republican, Democrat, blood, Crip thing. You see what I'm saying? Because if you ask the Republican Party, President Trump, in his heart, I believe, he believes or he feels that the Republican Party or his party will help Black people more than Barack Obama's. I know that sounds ridiculous for us to say, and I know a lot of you guys will not believe this, but in my heart, I believe, as a Black independent man, I believe that President Trump thinks that his policies will help a Black person better than President Obama's policies. And I think that Lindsey Graham thinks that. I think every Republican thinks that. I'm talking about real Republicans, rooted Republicans. So if you guys thinking like that, like, I mean, you thinking, because I'm Black and because I'm down with VP here, I know VP Harris is about helping the people, and I know Trump is about helping the rich people. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you how I'm thinking, and the people who I know, that's how they thinking that Trump, he about helping the rich people, and VP Harris and Gavin Newsom and them are about helping the people and the poor people. But what I'm saying, there's arguments that we could present to that, how the Republicans freed the slave, to where the Republican Party is going to tell you they think their policies help Black people more than the Democrats do. So you got to always think of that and consider that each party, each side is thinking their politics is right for everybody better than everybody else's. There's no way you're going to tell a Republican that their policies are not good for Black people. There's no way you're going to tell them that. They got arguments from every side to argue you with that. I don't care if they ain't got not one Black person in their party to represent them. Tell me what I'm wrong is not facts. I'm talking about a true blood Republican. They're going to argue how their policies, even in a district where there's not one Black person in their party, it helps Black people more than Democrats. I'm telling you facts. Todd says, hit thumbs up, guys. We are Americans, both sides. We need to be able to speak to each other. Everybody have a good day. Yes, we need to be able to do that. Let's see who else in here. Colin is talking a big shit. He says the Confederates had the slavery that slaves wanted to be at. They offer rooftops, beds, food, water, and land for the slaves. Most Confederates believed in workers instead of slavery. Darnell says he and they can believe it, but their actions speak different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is true, but I mean, when you're talking about politics, I think I understand what you're saying, sir. But when you're talking about politics, like, man, people's actions and stuff like that, I mean, but you always listen, y'all. I'm gonna just say this. This is just a train of thought I just want to give to y'all. Okay, like we can know. Like, if you ask VP Harris about certain things about President Trump, she'll tell you she know for a fact President Trump is lying. Okay? And if you ask President Trump certain things about VP Harris, he's going to tell you you see what I'm saying? It goes to both sides. But what I'm saying is whether or not they lying or not, don't really. It's about how it appears and how it's taken by the voters, because the voters are the ones who's going to decide. They're the ones who's going to choose. You see what I'm saying? Good morning, Brian C. Good morning, my brother, guys. As y'all come in, y'all make sure y'all please double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. And guys, y'all see how Brian C. just donated below? There's a dollar sign button with a dollar sign in it. Y'all please hit that button for your boy. Donate to the channel. Your donations are much appreciated. I just want to remind all my members too, guys, if you guys want to gift a membership, a channel membership, or if you guys just want to pay for the current ones you gifted or anything like that, guys, I appreciate that. We still doing that. We still holding strong, over 50 members to the channel. So I appreciate all the love. Anybody new in the stream, guys, y'all want to become a member of the channel membership start at $2.99, guys. So thank you guys for all the support. Guys, we cooking in here this morning like we've been discussing President Trump, Representative Crockett, everyone just putting their thoughts, their ideas. We just have, there we go, my boy Brian C, y'all. Johnny Boy, man, I seen Johnny Boy. I hadn't seen you in the stream in a long time. Brian C, my brother, I appreciate it. As usual, he comes through. We had to get one channel membership in, guys. I think that's like number 9 or number 10 for the month. We hadn't streamed in a long time. I appreciate that, my boy Brian C. Johnny Boy, welcome to the family. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast team. You know what I'm saying, guys? I want to continue going with the conversation, though. I think that we were having a really good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Split Fries Media says the thing is most Americans agree with progressive ideas. If you believe in progressive ideas, you believe that healthcare should be free and the government shouldn't be able to rip you off. The thing of it is, though, Split Fire, like you are 10,000% on what you're saying. I think without a doubt on anything economic, anything besides the conservative issues. I don't think the majority of here's my point. The majority of American women might favor abortion, but it wasn't enough for them to make them vote against President Trump. That's what I'm saying. So how much do they favor abortion? The majority of American women, do you guys see where I'm going with this? And that's the whole thing. It's the conservative things that the progressives have their biggest issue with. The men playing in women's sports. I think the conservatives are more in line. America overall has been a conservative nation, always will be a conservative nation. My boy Colin, y'all, that's 5 channel member. Everybody, Brooklyn, Blackfoot Indian, Mr. Bone, Access to Rome, and Ernest Capisser. That's 5 new channel members, guys. We added 6 channel members just like that. Hadn't streamed in about a week or so, but we just added the channel members, y'all. That's 15 for the months. That puts us over the number of 60. We halfway through the month. We just hit 60 channel members. We ain't never had 60 channel members, so that's cause for a celebration. Legal Wars podcast, man, we continue to grow. So I appreciate that, my brother Colin. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast, y'all, all the new channel members. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, Split Fries Media, that's a really good point. I think the main thing is that America overall is still conservative on moral issues. And I think that's the main thing. On moral issues, America is still conservative. And I think America remains conservative. Now, on the economic issues, the Democrats will win. Like I think, bro, okay, so President Trump is so far ahead of every candidate polling on the economy, right? Before VP Harris gets in. VP Harris gets in, she starts telling her economic plan, and all of a sudden we see that gap is like 20 points, it's 15 points, it's 10 points, but she closed the gap on the economy. It's because of the plans that she was given. The Democrats got great plans on the economy. So I agree with that 1,000%. In my opinion, I think the progressive plans on the economy, I think it works better. That's just my opinion. You see what I'm saying? Now, that being said, having said all of that, as far as the moral issues or the social issues, I think the progressives are way out of touch with the American public, thinking that we should have a conversation, even in 2025, that you'll let a little boy play sports with the little girl. I think that's saying that you are out of touch with the American public. That's just me personally. Online Poker Rush says abortion is a moral issue for conservatives. We disagree with the killing of babies, and liberals always want to argue the extremes of sexual assault or incest, but that rarely happens, and that's so true. You see what I'm saying? But that's my whole point. It's like the progressives, they winning, and then they start talking about conservative issues, and on conservative issues or moral issues or on any kind of issues that are outside of economic issues, the Democrats are out of touch with the American public, and I think that's why they lose. I think that's the main reason. You see what I'm saying? How bad? Listen, okay. Here's my argument for that. We understand that President Trump didn't have inflation and President Biden did, so the voters voted with their memory. They remember no inflation. They have inflation now, and they voted for President Trump. But I'm saying, what about some of the voters who on the fence? And you start talking about people who, make a long story short, if you a grown man, I said this 1,000 times, and I see you come out and say that you cool when my 12-year-old boy playing volleyball with your 9-year-old daughter, I can't have no respect for you. And I don't see how, that's why you losing the male vote. Because, what man is going to support a man who talks like that? You see what I'm saying? Colin says vast majorities of Americans think the same about abortion. Abortion should not be used as birth control. That within itself is the definition of murder. And what I'm saying is, like Colin, even though what the Democrats would do is they'll take a poll. So they take a poll, and that poll is a snapshot. And most women are going to agree with having the freedom to choose with your body. You know what I'm saying? Most women going to agree with that. And a lot of soft men, they're going to agree with that because their wife telling them that. And they just feel like that's the right thing to do. But what I'm saying is though the majority of Americans do not think, they think that there are other ways that you should birth control besides abortion. The majority of Americans. I'm telling you, if you want to get the voice of America, all you have to do is ask me. I'm a legal person. I could tell you common sense. I'm telling you, I could tell you 1,000%. If you ask the majority of Americans, you gave them a poll and told them to pick a way that a woman can get around having a baby, I'm saying abortion just isn't going to be in the top. Contraception, maybe. Education at a young age, maybe. Taking birth control, maybe. Using protection, maybe. But I'm saying, in my opinion, abortion should be that really shouldn't be on the list of a way to not have a baby. Really, rape and incest is really the only reason you should have, because it's to me, abortion is it's like a cheat mentality. It's okay, I go out there and I get to have the fun and do all the same stuff that this girl did, but this girl has to have to carry on humanity, because that's what she's doing when she's having a child. You know that, right? Y'all think that deep, right? She's carrying on humanity. But she's got to, carry on humanity. But you know, I just could at 21, I could just have an abortion and just don't never have to. It seems like it's against nature. It doesn't seem like it's right. And I don't know when there's a time to where the majority of Americans as a whole will support that. That's what I'm saying. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm kind of all over the place, y'all. It's a ghost stream. We cover the content, so we just anything y'all want to talk about this morning, we could talk about it. Online Poker Rush says, and family court laws are in favor of the women in America, as it should be. The women have the babies, take care of the babies. Rohan says, you get no sense, Uncle Ruckus. Todd says, cost of everything has gone up, raising a kid too. Money can make it impossible to give a kid a good life. No party here, just saying that is true too, Todd. Got to work 1,000 jobs trying to take care of them. SS Easy, what's up, my boy? As y'all come in the stream, make sure y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel if y'all hadn't already. Hit that notification bell, man. I feel so good about the stream. We added all those channel members, man. Colin, thank you, man. Brian C., thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank all y'all for y'all love and support. Online Poker Rush says, and even some incest people can argue letting that baby live or even rape, but we understand if she want abort. Man, look, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say there's no circumstances I could say to where you would say that you're going to force this onto a woman if she was sexually assaulted or it was this case of incest. There's no way that I would say that I could be for you trying to force that on someone. No. A child, a life? No. In my opinion, that should be that woman's duty to say, this that happened to me was so bad or so gross or so disgusting, but I am going to keep this child. That should be her role or her thing to say. I'm saying, how are you going to tell a woman who, against her will? See, to me, it's a whole different conversation to where if she chose to get up with Romeo, you feel me? Or if Romeo forced her, that's a different, and her choosing. You know what I'm saying? If she choosing to get up with Romeo, she has the conscientious thought that, hey, the result of me hanging out with Romeo could be I have a baby. See what I'm saying? But if Romeo forced itself, that's a whole different conversation. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? You can't put that on her if it was forced on her. But if it was a decision or a choice that she made, then yeah, I think that she should take a responsibility for her decision. I mean, there's other ways that you could go through life without having a baby or getting pregnant than having an abortion. So you should explore those options. You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, I just believe that in all natural states, it's not natural for a woman to be sucking a uterus out of her body. What's natural about that? Whether you guys anybody agree with me or not, I'm just saying it's just in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm clear about this is my opinion. This is not no factual based argument. This is all my opinion. It's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If someone chooses to do, or that's their opinion. You know? But I think if you are trying to win elections, I think these issues matter. Because it shows who you are culturally. It shows who you are, what you believe in. It shows, whether you are for taxing the rich or giving tax breaks to the poor, whether you for that or not, to me, that doesn't really show your character, or if you a man who say that you're for, you know what I'm saying, me going in the bathroom with your little daughter. Like, to me, like, that shows your character. What kind of man are you? No, man. Like, but that's just my opinion. Like I'm saying, that's my opinion. Like he said, conservative. I just feel like the liberal views on social issues is out of touch with mainstream America. And they become so much bigger. Cause like we talk about economics, we talk about all this different stuff, but the thing that stands out the most in my mind is here is a full-grown man who said he's okay with a 12-year-old boy playing basketball with a 10-year-old girl. So I hear you on economics, I hear you on everything. But I'm telling you, the thing that stand out the most to the average American man is going to have a problem with that. And if you don't see that or you don't understand that, then you are, in my opinion, completely out of touch with the American public, and you'll continue to lose elections because that is humongous. And that's why President Trump and them spent so much money on that, even though that's not even that big of a problem with our society. But they spent so much money on it because that's like, you see what I'm saying? That's just the way I look at it. Online Poker Rush says, I could definitely respect your opinion. I'm just seeing both sides of the matter, even though it's a very controversial thing to debate. It definitely is. You see what I'm saying? Look, I'm always going to go with what's natural. I believe if you're looking for God, you look for God in the natural. You're not going to find him in the natural. But what I mean by the natural, I mean the ordinary order or design. That's where you'll find God. The ordinary order or design. So if you ask me, is yanking a baby out ordinary order or design? No. Is two men being together the ordinary order or design? No. That's what I'm saying. Now, people trying to create their own reality and their own, that's how, you start saying that, I am God. So whatever I say. So there's no heaven, y'all. There's no heaven. I am God. So in my God world, there's no heaven. In my God world, there's no hell. So what else I'm going to tell myself? Like, you could just tell yourself anything. You could say, well, hey, robbing a bank isn't a crime. If I'm God and my robbing a bank is so now robbing a bank ain't a crime. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, you got to have boundaries. There's got to be rules, and you got to go by the rules. And I'm saying the first original rules was a man and a woman. So I'm saying we could change that from whatever we want it to be now to where you got instead of having 2 genders, now you got 14 genders. And in 2053, they're going to have 189 genders. You feel me? They're going to have it where you could change your race. Oh, you don't have to be black no more. They just got this little AI chromosome. And now you ain't black. Now you like, bro, I'm like conservative on that kind of stuff, man. I'm a conservative. I believe things should be in the natural, the way they naturally are. A man, I look at a woman, even like a not that attractive woman. And that's how babies are made. From a woman that's not even attractive. You're not even attracted to her when you first look at her. And you'll end up having a baby with her. Because that's what's supposed to happen. Now, you could say, hey, some people, hey, I woke up tomorrow and, hey, call my mama and say, hey, man, listen. I don't think I'm like this no more. I think my name's supposed to be Georgetta, not Gregory. It's supposed to be Georgetta. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we could just make up anything that we want to, but it's like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Patriot Grimm says God would support Trump because Trump is helping the American people. I don't know about God supporting anybody like that, man. I don't know nothing about that. I would say that Trump would carry out the will of God if God was to have Trump to care for the American people. So he would use Trump as a tool or a vessel to carry out his will. Saying that God would support Trump, to me, that you putting God underneath Trump, like he's supporting Trump. You feel me? Nah, I wouldn't say necessarily that God like is a fan or a cheerleader of President Trump. I would say that if President Trump was going to carry out God's will, then that's why he is what he is, or where he is where he is. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? The Republican Party and President Trump are more in line with conservative Christian morals and values. Definitely. That 10,000%. Definitely. I agree with that. Definitely. Hold on, let me see. Split fries in volleyball. A trans spiked the ball so hard she gave the girl a concussion and destroyed her face, and she lost her whole volleyball career. That's what I'm saying. That's not a girl. That's a boy. That's a little boy. Listen, that's what I'm saying. This is the problem that we having. Look, this is my opinion. I'm being clear for the 1,000th time. Everybody has an opinion. I am free to give my opinion on it. This is my opinion. So that's, to me, it's not even fair. I mean, it's not even fair. I mean, to me, it's a non-discussion. It's a non-conversation. We shouldn't even have the conversation. It should go without conversation, without discussion. I mean, how or why are we having to discuss this far into? And I think that's the Democrats' kryptonite. If I was a Republican and I was running, and I'm telling you, I've seen it up and down the ballots. If you don't hear nothing I'm saying, I'm telling you, you don't have to listen to me. You keep on protecting that if y'all want to, and the Democrats finna get they cream swept. Because I don't know what has to happen for people to see that that's okay. I think they just picked up one too many, like, Save the Whales campaign. You're trying to save everything, and that's fine. I'm for, if you mess with somebody who had a sex change, I'm for you giving them the death penalty, kill them. Don't mess with nobody. That's not what I'm advocating for. I'm not advocating for hatred. I'm a litigator. I'll protect the rights of all humans. Human rights. But what I'm saying is like, if you ask me for my opinion, I just don't think that the Democrats, I think that's their kryptonite. Because if I was a Republican, that's all I would do. Every time I got in the room with a Democrat, and if it was a man, I mean, I sat there and watched it. Colin Allred was talking about how Ted Cruz hid in the closet during the January 6th attacks. So January 6th, the Capitol under attack. Google Colin Allred, Ted Cruz debate. I watched the debate. Colin Allred was saying Ted Cruz was hiding in the closet, bro. It was crazy. It was so funny. Colin Allred was killing him. And you know what Ted Cruz did? He brought up some TG stuff that didn't have nothing to do with Colin Allred. It's just the way he voted. And he wouldn't let it go. If I was a Republican, as long as the Democrats don't do what Gavin Newsom did and get out front and like, why not just, do you have a change of heart? Who's going to support anybody's children getting hurt? You think President Trump would support somebody's kid getting hurt just because they a TG? That's craziness. You see what I'm saying? That's nonsense. No one support a child getting hurt. But what I'm saying is as long as I'm a Republican and I know this is a grown man who said that he's supporting a 12-year-old, I'm going to use that against you. Your economic plan could be better than mine, but that's going to make you look like a weirdo. That's how arguments go. That's how debates go. I'm going to use the weirdest, oh, he got a big nose. Oh, look at his hairline. Look how far his hairline back. Oh, he fat. Look at him, he fat. You ain't going to talk about the stuff that really matters. You're going to get those, like President Trump. He knows to go viral. It's some ridiculousness. You see what I'm saying? They eating the cats and the dog. It's the same concept to grab people's attention. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. I mean, that's just but yeah, it does. It make you look like a weirdo. I'm dead serious. And that's all they use that. I'm telling you, listen, they use that. I'm going for your pressure points. It's not going to be about policy no more. You have Tim Walz and you have JD Vance, and they're debating. How much you think, okay, we didn't heard them talk about economic. Bruh, the people they care about, they're listening for that. They're doing the study groups on what economic plan, the Democratic economic plan is spiked. People are listening to the economic plans, but brother, they're going to remember is that Tim Walz said that he served in the military during a certain war, and he wasn't even there. They're going to remember that. I'm telling you what I know. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Oh, you are not no JFK. Oh, them kind of stuff, them one-liners, they're going to remember that. That's what they're going to remember out that debate or out that confrontation. So I just put that in y'all's head, man. Put that in your mind as a way to look at stuff. Beshear said, look at the TG issue as a thing until you get Shapiro, who not going for that. And that's what I'm saying. And Beshear, that's what you need. That's what you seen Governor Newsom doing. He's got a brain. He got common sense. You gonna let these people, your economic plan, Beshear, is genius compared to the other side. You will never lose the election. And then you let somebody like Trump who come and who will go get on a dump truck and relate to people and go to McDonald's and relate to people. You let Trump, and he just sit there and pointed out your weaknesses. And immigration was a weakness. Inflation was a weakness, and that TG issue. And what he did is, because I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody's saying, and I don't know what is popular or not popular on YouTube or on social media, but what I'm saying is an average man who has a daughter, and you telling him that you gonna let your 12-year-old play against his 10-year-old daughter in basketball. And your 12-year-old son coming in here come Georgina, about 6'5" and weighing 275 pounds. And your little 10-year-old daughter is like 4'1" and she weighs 43 pounds soaking wet. And you gonna let Georgina come in here playing with your listen, whether your heart bleeds or listen to me clearly on this, whether your heart bleeds or not for little Georgina or not, that's a whole different conversation. What I'm saying is the fact that I'm watching as Ted Cruz and I'm watching Colin Ivory. Ted Cruz hiding in the closet, that's funny. That stood out to me. That's funny. That is funny. It makes it look like Ted Cruz soft in real life. And Colin, he a big football player. So he'll beat the brakes off. That he had him. Bro, I'm feeling Colin. But when you start talking about you being for 12-year-old who taking hormone pills at 12. Ain't no 12-year-old need to be thinking about whether they're a boy or a girl, or they shouldn't even have what we talk sexuality. How can a 9-year-old know something about a sexuality? What happened is that little 9-year-old went to school one day and he got picked on and he got bullied. Somebody called him a little girl, and the devil started talking to him. And then something happened in his mind, and now he a little girl. See, to me, if you had a daddy who was present or who was a man, I'm going to cure all of that. I'm going to cure that. First of all, that little kid that's picking on my boy, I don't care if he a little sissified. You have guys that sissified like that. They said that about me. They ain't going to say that now, because I'm going to go down there to that school and I'm going to pluck your little boy on the head so his daddy will show up at school the next day, and then I'm going to slap him like Bentley Farnsworth. Y'all know who Bentley Farnsworth is? I'm going to slap him like Bentley Farnsworth. That's the first thing you do, is to slap the daddy and tell him, don't teach your child to have respect for other children, even if they different than them. That's the problem. You shouldn't. So I'm going to go to feel like I'm on my child's side. I'm going to tell my son that it's okay for him to completely change his gender. Like that's a thing now. Like what I'm saying is regardless of how you feel about that, if you got to take that argument to the majority of Americans, see, that's what I'm saying. We always be in our feelings. Oh, it's so wrong that the little Georgetta is getting treated like Georgetta is so wrong. You and your feelings. You're not going to win no election in your feelings. It's not about your feelings. It's about your judge and your jury is the people. So you're not finna convince the people that this is cool. What you need to do is go get a thermometer and do a temperature check of what the people think is cool or not. Don't go out there thinking you got a candidate that's cool enough to make the American people think that it's okay to have Gregory Dixon Sr. or Jr. to go in the bathroom with a little 12-year-olds. Because he go put on a wig and some makeup. And now he could go in the bathroom with, that's it. That's what I'm saying. It's out of touch. That little bitty thing that's out of touch could make me not. Now, I forgot Ted Cruz was hiding in the closet. Now, I forgot everything about the economic plans. I don't even remember the economic plans. That was so long ago. It got so juicy. Because the economic stuff, we listening to it, but we really don't care. We care, but we don't care. We listening for the candidate who said he finna give us a Trump stimulus check. Ain't none of them said that, then we care, but we don't care. But when you start talking about hiding in the closet, bro, these are regular people. That's the most interesting thing they heard the whole night. That's funny. Now we tuned in. And you can look at the people, everybody laughing. But when he got on the TG stuff, Ted Cruz flipped that on him. Because now you making it look like I'm soft. There's a lot of men who are soft. But even though you ain't soft, you a big muscular dude, Congressman Ulrich, you voted this time to support that stuff, and you voted this time to, and Colin was like trying to argue it down. Ted Cruz won't let it go. I'm talking about he talked about that. Go watch the debate. For about 10 minutes, he wouldn't let it go. And you voted this time, and now you voted this time to support, and look, we don't care nothing about your economics no more. We done forgot about this. All we know is that he keep talking about why you supporting some weirdo stuff. And now he done made you look like a weirdo. You a Democrat, you got a better economic plan than him. You got a better aid in it. And don't understand why you losing. Well, because you supporting some stuff that the people they ain't feeling that. They're like, that's so far out. That's what I'm saying. You could maybe the Democrats are smarter than I'm giving them credit for. Maybe they understand that a female coming with this agenda, it looks better. Because Hillary Clinton, that coming from Hillary Clinton, that'll like some people like me will still support Hillary. Because we could look through some stuff. Coming from Kamala Harris, we'll still support her. But coming from a Democrat, a male, Gavin Newsom, bro, nah. We don't want to hear that coming from no man. I'm telling you, the Democrats will never get men. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. It ain't got nothing to do with no message or no nothing. Trump just ran it straight on. It's the game. That's politics. It happens. It's elections. That's why you got to recognize what the voters, you got to plug in with the voters and don't go out there trying to lecture the voters or try to explain or argue a case. Don't argue the case. The only policy issues that the people don't care nothing about, policy issues probably is not going to win the election. It's going to be things that you don't even look or see or think about. But with Trump, it was obvious. He in the garbage truck. He in McDonald's. He on TikTok. He talked straight to the American people. Plus, when they remember when he was in president, how stuff was cheaper. And they think he going to give him a stimulus check. He ran it straight on him. Oh, so Todd talking about Alvin? Like, I mean, I don't have no idea with what he. I mean, Todd, it's the most clandestine things. It's the most clandestine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I had my feet toe jam, my toe, I had a toe jam, MAGA toe jam, MAGA toes, toe jam. For real, it's the most clandestine thing, Ty. It just say anything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Oh, man. Hold up. What he says, white women with the determining factor. Well, what I don't see what side they were. I mean, okay, so if it's a woman, I would say a woman is probably like an economic thing if a woman is a determining factor, white or black. I would say it is. But I'm saying, in my opinion, if VP Harris would have got, if they couldn't get no men to vote for him, that's the problem with the Democrats. Their party is it's like they're boxing out the men. They got a place for women, big place. They got a place for black people. Even though they seen black males leaving, they still don't get it though, Todd and y'all. Brian, y'all, the Democrats still don't get it. Y'all don't tell them, or y'all can tell them I said it, they boxing out the men. Oh, you got a big place. Oh, you talking about for who? Oh, gay people? Oh, yeah, we got a big place for y'all. Oh, you talking about TGs, that community? We got a place for y'all. Oh, you talking about blacks? Oh, Hispanics? Oh, they got a place for everybody, but it ain't nowhere to outreach to the men. That's why you need like a Bill Clinton or like a Beshear or like Josh Shapiro or Gavin Newsom. But you can't have a Gavin Newsom that comes out because, see, this is what happened. Y'all remember when your boy, what VP dude name? Tim Walz. Y'all remember he out there with the rifle and trying to be like, you know why he doing that? Why you gotta do that? It's because you believe in boys playing sports with 12-year-olds. So you gotta prove You got to go out there and prove your manhood, because you got to act like you some kind of going hunting that we know you don't go hunting. That's the stuff that stands out. They giving condoms to Taliban kids. They're eating the cats and dogs. That's the strategy. That's gonna stand out. They have a 300-year-old still getting Social Security payments. So listen, the Social Security could make 50 million payments and make literal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad out of 50 million. But I promise you, that 300-year payment is gonna stand. It's the only thing they're gonna remember. That's the strategy. I'm gonna tell you one outlandish thing, and it's gonna make it look like the whole thing is just I'm gonna just tell you one outlandish thing, and that's all you're gonna remember. Oh, Alvin said there's 50,000 genders, man. I just think that's a sad state in America, man. I really do think that. You know what I'm saying? I wish we might be at a point of no return. Just depends on how things happen in the world and in politics, God's will, in my opinion. But I feel like it's a sad state to where we had to explain what happened. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like the little boys or the little girls, they just weren't fitting in when they went to school. And so when the child come home, instead of the kids seeing that for what it is, if somebody picking on my little boy, man, I'm finna go stand up for my little boy. That's just the kind of daddy I am. The kind of daddy he is, he probably go pick because daddy kind of ain't throw right. Ain't nobody probably really gonna be picking on him. Cause he probably gonna be walking around slapping people, gonna have to probably take on the grandma to teach him not to slap people. You feel me? Because I'm saying if you do that with your son, but instead the parents get you forced into some kind of indoctrination to where now I can't say nothing to my son to make him tough because I'm not for him, I'm against him. So if he tell me he want to be a little girl because he getting picked on, and the other little boy, you know how many times a dude called me a girl? A dude before I beat him up the other day called me a girl right before I beat him up. That's part of life. You got to teach your children that. But I think we passed that point. Because, see, you having the conversation is controversial. They don't want you to talk about it. They just like, hey, you just got to throw up your hands. And you see this little 12-year-old, that's fine. You could do that and all that. And you could do whatever you want to in your house. It's your house. You're responsible for your own house. But all I'm saying is that if I got my 12-year-old in here, I don't want nobody who was born a man, who was born a male, to be playing any sports with my little girl. That's what I'm saying. And the majority of American men feel just like me. And you could keep trying to put up them walls to protect all that weird looking stuff. And you'll continue to lose elections with weird stuff. My economic policy, you skunking the Republicans. I'm skunking them. This policy, I skunking the Republicans, skunking them. My immigration policy, you feel me? But then you start talking about this a grown man, and you start talking about abortion. And you know, people, I'm telling you what's going to stand out what you say. It's going to be the stuff. They're not going to be talking about your economic policy. That's boring stuff. They're not going to remember the boring stuff. They're going to remember they're eating the cats and the dogs. That's what everyone is going to be talking about tomorrow morning. That's what they're going to remember. And that's what I'm saying. And for the Democrats, they're eating the cats and the dogs is they're okay with letting President Trump might have well said, they're okay with letting boys play with girls in sports. Because it's true. See, they're eating the cats and the dogs. Hey, you don't pay no penalty for that because we know that's just crazy stuff. But when he starts saying that you for some, that make you look like you a weirdo. Like, what? They for what? And the men ain't gonna come out and say it because it might be happening subconsciously. It might not be something they're focusing on. I'm gonna go to this here and I'm gonna just put down the weirdest stuff that such and such is saying. They're not focused. They're just there. But I'm saying President Trump realizes that, oh, this how you go viral. People who know how to go viral, they know that. They know they track attention. And people on TV, oh, this how on TV go viral. That's how you win TV, I guess, in the 80s and 90s. Go viral on TV doing some outlandish, crazy stuff. Nipple pop out at the Super Bowl. Some crazy stuff back in the rip. That's how you went viral. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the going viral. I hope I'm saying it as clear as y'all can so y'all can make this sense. Make sense. The Republicans are going to use that going viral on you every time. They're going to look for the weird thing. The Democrats, they always force some stuff that's like off the wall. First they was for, and now we didn't accepted it now. You know what I'm saying? We go to the bathroom and I see two men and they just sitting there just lip locking like it. Hey, that's cool and stuff. Hey, you just start accepting stuff. You just start accepting it, and I guess this just something that the average man they just can't. You can't bring them to buy this one now. Okay, you said. Okay, Johnny and Steve. Okay, all right. Now, hold up. Now, you said Johnny and Steve, they was just going to be, but now you saying they get married? Johnny and Steve now, they get married, having a family, like having a kid, like what? Like for real, Johnny and Steve married now? Oh, okay. Now you said... Hey, now you saying Johnny and Steve they got married. First you had to convince us that they liked each other. Now they done got married. Now Johnny and Steve got a little boy. They went in and adopted a little boy. And Johnny Steve little boy, his name Reeve. So Reeve went to Johnny and Steve one day and said that Reeve said he ain't no boy no more. You say, what? Bro, it's like you can't make this stuff up. So that's when the American public rebuke you for yo. I mean, I could tell you what we call it in Christianity. That's like ungodliness. But you might not be a Christian, but I'm saying that's what the American public rebuke you for that. Like, nah, that's too far. You don't force this stuff onto us and make us believe this stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so the smart Republican, you had somebody like Trump who's just good at communicating, and he just like, look at this goofball. They saying I'm weird, but he's saying he okay with Greg putting on a wig and some lipstick and going in the bathroom with the women. That's all I got to do. If you got some Democrats that's in power, I could just put on I could be a full heterosexual male and just put on a lipstick and some weed and call myself Georgetta. Then I could go in the bathroom with some women. All the pervs gonna start doing that. All the pervs gonna start turning into that. Because that's how you go see it for free. You get a free peep show. You go in any bathroom in America. All you gotta do is go get a wig and some pink, and you better not say nothing to them. You can't mess with them either. It's a hate crime. Come on, man. It's comedy hour, but that's why you get annihilated in the election, because you're getting too far from the people. Don't make the people feel this way. It's cool to introduce stuff, because the Dems did that. They introduced the that being into popular culture. They pushed that. And we know under President Obama, we seen the White House turn into all colors when the Supreme Court said that the same sex could get married. They pushed that. But I'm saying, I guess this time the American people said you can't push that one on. Okay, if two men want to be together, that's cool. But we know they two men still. If they want to get married, I guess that's kind of going far, but you talking about allowing them to come in the back. See, now you crossing that line. That's in that weirdo stuff. See, now you gonna have to let us tell you we think you a weirdo. Because now we gotta vote against you, because if you thinking that you could let Greg put on the makeup, and if you thinking like that, then we could put some other stuff in there and we could have you doing some crazy stuff. Because to me, that's just like the American people, that's so far like into left field. But they'll buy it though, because their economic policies are better and this is better, and they got a good heart, bleeding heart, want to help the immigrants, want to help these people, want to help those people. They help the black people out a lot. They help Hispanics. The Democrats want to help every marginalized group. So it's a lot of good things about their party. But it's that other stuff, man, that you start talking about the other stuff. I don't think the American people, I don't think they ever going to support that. That's just my opinion. Big shit, y'all. My boy Brian C., my boy Colin, man, everybody, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all, all the love and support, guys. We'll be live again on Thursday at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. I seen Online Poker Rush. I seen Alvin, JP in here a lot, man. Everybody who came in here and participated. I do participated, man. Participated. I do appreciate it, man. That being said, man, we are probably about 10 minutes out, man. SS Easy, I see you, baby. I'm going to let all y'all say y'all goodbyes. We got that Fox News on in the background, guys. We got about 15 minutes. President Trump ain't playing with that deporting stuff, ain't he? He was serious this time, huh? We getting you out of here. You gotta go. Well, we got about 10 minutes, y'all. We out.
The founding generation gave us this law, gave President Trump this law to repel this invasion from our country. And there were details in the proclamation. How this gang was sent here by a foreign government, and President Trump is sending them out of this country.
So as for the DOJ's response today, the judge said that if that information is classified, that the Justice Department has to prove why it is.
Okay, so we're waiting on that. We're also waiting on this phone call. President Trump's scheduled to hold that call with Vladimir Putin today. What can you report, at least before it begins?
Yeah, so we know it could begin any time now, really. Reuters is reporting that a Kremlin spokesperson said that this will be happening between 9 and 11 Eastern time. We know the president said last night while he was at the Kennedy Center that this call would be taking place this morning, and it would touch upon issues such as dividing up assets. That could be land, also that nuclear power plant that sits on the Ukraine-Russia border. There was some question, some reporting that perhaps President Trump was considering formally recognizing Crimea as Russian territory, even though that was something that Russia annexed from Ukraine, where it belongs to. Back in 2012, the National Security Council did respond to that when Fox had a question, saying we have made no such commitment there. The White House says a note on this call will come out as soon as it wraps up, so we will be able to see.
Okay, Alexander, thank you.
Hey, y'all appreciate this. I mean, y'all enjoyed the stream today. I really enjoyed it. Got y'all full 2 hours. I know I haven't been live in a while, man. Got some things going on in my personal life, man, but we finna get to it here, to the end of it in just a few minutes. Hey, Todd, you get it though. You get it, Todd. He figured it out. That's how I'm gonna get people's attention. Trump understood that. That's how I get their attention, by saying something crazy. It works in television. I guess that's what happened in television. He mastered that. Just like there's people who master how to go viral on the internet. Some of us, we just post stuff and we don't have a clue. And some people know how to go viral. Well, he did that too in ways, Todd, that we not thinking about subliminally. And I just broke that. In any kind of situation where you have a person that's sitting back and they watch, the voter is the person that matters. See, the Democrats come on here and they trying to steer us on some kind of philosophical that we ain't ready to go on. But they do it. They made a black person president. They're going to make a woman president if they keep on trying. It's going to happen. Then they're going to make a gay person president. And see, now they're trying to put this TG stuff on us. But we just ain't buying that one. That one's too far. Gavin Newsom is smart. He has political strategies. It don't matter what the Democrats say. He's wise. The Democrats could be as mad at you, Governor Newsom, as they want to be. They're not the voters. See, that's what I was saying about VP Harris. She was trying to be cool with her party. Them people in your party ain't voting for you. They all could hate you. That's what happened with Trump. At first, everybody in the Republican Party hated Trump. Tell me if I'm lying. Everybody. They all hated him. But in the end, he ended up controlling them because he talked directly to the voters. The Democrats getting the point. They got AOC and they got Bernie Sanders out there doing town halls right now about exactly what I'm talking. They're talking to the voters. And when they talk to the voters, as long as they plugged in with them too, they're going to come back and tell them what I'm saying, basically. Because some people can just plug in with the people. I could feel the temperature of the people. And I'm good at doing that. And I could tell you a lot of the stuff that people vote for, a lot of the people that are voting, I'm talking about on election day, that are voting, those men, they could care less about an abortion issue. So it might look like the Democrats get a victory on that, but the men don't care about that. I'm telling you. But when you start saying that stuff, that weird stuff, I'm saying out of all that stuff, cat dog, that's what they're going to remember. So President Trump, a skilled Republican, every time you vote for some weird stuff, that's all, I'm telling y'all, the strategy. You pick the weirdest sounding bill, cat dog. Think about that, weird bill. They vote for Sesame Street for ISIS children. That just sounds horrible. I mean, if it's true or not true, that the American government is funding Sesame Street for ISIS children. That just sounds ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. And out of everything that's said, that's what the human brain, that's what the mind gonna remember. And President Trump is skilled at that. And so that's what he does. He brings up the stuff that makes you different. I could do it too, just I'm not a politician, not on that level that he's on. But in a legal argument, that's what I'm going to do on the facts. I'm going to bring up your story that don't match up with the known facts or what makes sense, and I'm going to make you look stupid. But he's doing that too, but he's doing it skillfully or craftfully. It's a craft. You see what I'm saying? Because he's bringing people's attention to certain issues that he knows he's going to win the conversation. All I got to do is say something crazy and get them talking about immigration, and I know I'm going to win this conversation. Instead of trying to break it, that's what I'm saying, Todd. Instead of trying to break it down like J.D. Vance does. It's the wing and the wang, whatever. JD Vance will break it like how I'm going to break it down intellectually, how you correct with the facts, the I's, the O's, the T's, and the dots, and the periods. That's how we going to break it down. But what I'm saying, Trump ain't going to do it like that. Trump going to say something crazy, and he going to get your attention on it. And he just knows you're going to lose the argument. They eating the cats and the dogs, get them talking about immigration. And I ain't even going to go down the path because to be intellectual with you to talk about it, I just know that everybody knows Joe Biden let all these people in. So I ain't even got to say Joe Biden let these people in here because I said that 1 trillion times. People don't remember that. They're not going to remember Trump ever saying how many times Joe Biden. They're going to remember Trump saying the cats and the dogs. So all I know is when I stand against this man who is okay with Greg putting on a wig and some lipstick and going in the bathroom with my wife too. Not just your daughter, with your wife. What about the women in there? Cause I ain't looking for I want a woman. A full-grown, plump, juicy. Like you want a woman. You feel me? And he in the bathroom with the women. And the dude just got on the wig and he just playing the role, but he ain't really gay. And you just letting them in there like, I'm just saying, I feel like the majority of Americans feel if you were born a man, you a man. And if you born a woman, you a woman. And the majority of Americans, you can get them to look past stuff like that and just go along with it. You can get them to do that. Americans will do that. But what I'm saying is this one at a time. You need like an economic crisis, and the only economic crisis you had was coming from the left, not from the right. You need something else in order for you, because if it's just a regular election where people just sitting back and and all Trump did was said, this dude, he for this right here. Like Ted Cruz did to him. Oh, he voted in such and such bill. Ted Cruz was saying the bill name and everything to allow, and we in Texas, and he kept going and going. And if he keep talking, it makes sense that, bruh, golly, Colin, you know how whenever you start seeing this dude look like a cartoon character, Ted Cruz, he just painted a picture of him. And now you looking at Colin like Colin some kind of like, what? He did what? And I'm saying, I know about debates and arguments. That's how you win a debate or argument. It's that little point. You're prepared for all of the meat and potatoes, and that stuff people really don't even care about. It's those little dots that they're going to notice. It's that red dot that they see on this whole white paper. They look at this whole white paper. If it's a red dot, that's where they're going. That's what they see. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I appreciate it today, guys. I thank y'all. Whatever we go through, guys, we put our head down, we get on our knees, and we look up Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. That's it right there. That's all said and done. His name is Jesus, guys. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what I go through, I'm going to look up, man, and I'm going to say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. We praise Jesus for everything. Thank y'all, guys. That's 7 channel memberships today and the donations as well. So thank y'all. We back 6:30 a.m. on Thursday. Until then, y'all, regardless of what anybody tell you, always remember that Jesus loves you, guys. I'm out. Great stream, y'all, by the way. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all later.